What's going on, guys? How are you guys doing today? Rainbow Six Siege just tweeted out their designer notes for the preseason for Year 4 Season 1. So in this video, we're just going to be talking about the changes that are going to be implemented in the first season of the new year, Year 4. Everything that I'm talking about in this video will be down in the description. The patch notes will be down there for you guys if you guys want to look at yourself, because reading it helps a lot more than just me explaining it to you. So it'll be down in the description if you guys want to view that. And there's a lot of big changes and a lot of things coming that are very exciting, and some of them that are heartbreaking to certain operators that you guys may main. But enough talking, we're going to hop right into the patch notes right now. Starting off with the biggest thing, Ashe. Ashe is getting her ACOG removed from her R4C. Now, this is just, everyone's been waiting for it, but I think that this is a good move, honestly. This is going to start a good route for operators that don't need an ACOG right off the start, because every attacking operator is defaulted to an ACOG. And what Rainbow Six says is, they say, Ashe is a very popular and very strong operator. Within the balancing team, we are changing whether or not all attackers have ACOGs by default, as I said, and feel as if Ashe is a great place to learn what impact the removal of ACOGs will have. So they're starting with Ashe. They're going to remove her ACOG, and then they're going to see how this pans out and see what goes on with removing the ACOGs and see if everybody's pick rate goes up or down and what happens. And they also said that the R4C is currently picked 99% of the time, so the G36 doesn't even get love, which is really sad because it's a good gun. I feel like it needs a fire rate buff or something. It needs something. Then going on to Maverick. For Maverick, increased swap time between his torch and his weapon. So basically overall, Maverick is just getting an increased swap time between his torch and his weapon, because how fast you switch between it and how quiet the torch is. They're trying to figure out how to make it louder, but they said that's going to require audio work that cannot be completed right now, so I think that's going to be a hard code thing. They're going to have to mess around with everything. And the third operator is getting affected, which is going to be really cool. I'm super excited for this, because this is very annoying. Dokkaebi. After 18 seconds, phone calls from Dokkaebi will hang up on their own. Now that is just so good, because I'm sick and tired of just getting into a gunfight and just my phone's just ringing and just buzzing in my ear, and I literally can't hear anything because my phone's going off. I'm getting tracked by Jackal, lions going off, I'm like, I don't know what to do. So after 18 seconds, the Dokkaebi phone will hang up on its own, which is pretty good. That's a long time, 18 seconds in Siege. That's a pretty decent amount of time. So that's going to help a lot more for people that are defending. And also, being in range of mute jammers will prevent Dokkaebi from calling you. I already thought this was a thing, but I guess it wasn't. But maybe it is now. I thought it was a thing. But if you guys didn't know, a little Easter egg, little trick. If you play Echo, Echo does not get affected by Dokkaebi. So if she calls, he will not even get called. Phone won't come up, nothing. He'll never see a phone as Echo. And then they say walking into the range of mute jammers will hang up all phones during the call. So that is so big. If your team is getting called and you have a mute jammer near you, your whole team can just walk into the mute charge and it'll get rid of your phone or turn it off, which is really good and super helpful. I feel like this is where Dokkaebi should be going, in this direction. And what they said is, our goal with these changes is to reduce the defender's frustration when playing against Dokkaebi by introducing an additional option for countering her logic bomb. We'll offer more choices for defenders. See, that's what I mean. It's very frustrating when you are trying to do 3 different things at once while being phone called, tracked, and lioned. It's super hard. You can't really do much. So now after 18 seconds, if you're fighting for that 18 seconds, it'll just turn off, so you don't have to worry about it. Next up on the list for operators is Capitao. And there's only 2 bullet points here, but they're pretty good. So, increased area of effect size for the Capitao Firebolt. So now the Firebolt will not do more damage, but it'll do a bigger range. So if you shoot at the ground, it's going to be a lot bigger than it used to be. And they are reducing the damage per tick from 19 to 12, which is still a decent amount if it's a tick. If you stay in that, that's going to still take your health down. So a Capitao bolt, if you were a 3-speed, could literally kill you in about 3 to 4 seconds if you stay in it before this patch. Now, if it's 12, it's going to take about a couple more seconds, maybe 5 or 6 seconds, but you still don't want to sit in that firebolt because it will rip your health apart. So if you guys want to see the Capitao change, I'm going to put it on screen right now. It's pretty small, but they showed them shooting it at the ground, and it's very big. It has a big radius now. It's super big, and it spreads down from, if you put it on a second floor and it's out on a ledge, it goes down to the ground too, which is really cool. So what they said is, we are introducing an improved propagation system that will make the area effect not go through objects. We have been working in this new version for a long time, and finally we are able to see it in action in Capitao's asphyxiating bolts. This new system allows us to implement the area of effect and consistently to reduce the damage inflicted by the bolts. With these changes, we want to shift the Capitao back to his original intention, which is that an area of denial operator. Currently, his asphyxiating bolts are being used almost like frag grenades, so the damage reduction and area of effect increase should reduce the visibility of these asphyxiating bolts being used as frag grenades. So basically, since Capitao, his bolts were really like the radius of a grenade, they toned the damage down because if you shot it at someone's feet, it's like a grenade almost. It's that size, and it just torches you down with 19 damage, a tick. But now with this new change, it's going to be a lot better. It's going to be more of like you plant the bomb and then you just torch the whole site so that nobody can get in. It's not just like a grenade. Like, it's not solely meant to kill someone. Like, it's meant to keep everyone out of the area. But the next operator is Clash. They're removing the muzzle brake on the machine pistol. They said that the muzzle brake on Clash's machine pistol is the worst choice in all scenarios now that it is fully automatic. So they're just removing it straight up, which is pretty balanced, honestly, because now that Clash is full auto, I think that was just the best balance they could have added to her. And adding a muzzle brake on top of her machine pistol just makes it super, super good. For the last operator on this patch notes list is Lesion. For all you Lesion mains out there, I'm sorry, but they reduced the goo mine damage tick from 8 to 4. They say that Lesion is currently very strong, and we believe that it has to do with the total amount of damage that the goo mines can inflict to player combined, while preventing sprinting and planting actions. In order to minimize that, we are reducing the amount of damage that a single goo mine can do for each tick. So now when you get hit, you take the initial damage, and then instead of 8 tick per time that you don't take the goo out, it's going to be 4 instead, so you'll have a little bit more health, a little more time to play with. So this should overall round out Lesion to not as much of an OP operator, but he's still a very good operator. Very, very, very viable. And something that I didn't see coming in this patch notes is breach charge changes. This one I didn't see coming is breach charges. They changed the deployment animation so it's much faster, so you can put breach charges down quick and you can get out and blow them up. But they changed on the attacker side for breach charges. If you go up to a wall and you place down a breach charge and you're kind of close, and I think everybody who's played Siege has done this, has killed themselves by a breach charge. It used to do 150 damage, and now they changed it to 50. So if you do blow it up next to you by accident, it won't instantly kill you. It'll put you down 50 health, which is pretty good. So they want to use recharges more in the meta, which is good. They also changed the damage area of effect on the defender side. It's increased. Lethal damage area of effect on the defender side is reduced. They said that we want to make breach charges safer and more comfortable for attackers to use, which I can see because sometimes I blow myself up. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, everyone does it. I think everyone in their Siege career has blown themselves up by a breach charge. Just happens. So for the current status of things that they know and things that they're going to change in the future, we're going to start with the deployable shield. They said that we are reworking the deployable shield, which has always been difficult to place properly and also offers very little insight into whether or not your body was protected. We are reworking how the deployable shield functions and how it uses within the game. So the deployable shield is going to get a rework in the next season or two, but they said that shield operators, we are aware that the current playstyle for ballistic shields heavily favor direct gunfights instead of teamwork and tactical positioning. We are looking to address it by slowing down the speed of the ADS, which is very good. So they're slowing down the ADS for shields, but not this update, but whenever they put that out, whenever they put the patch out, they're going to change the ADS speed while having a shield equipped, which is good because Blitz, if he's Finka too, he can ADS super quick, so they're going to have to change that. And our favorite of them all, the last 3 people on this list, Lion, Glaz, and Blitz. We're going to start with Lion. As mentioned in the intro, and in the designer notes from Year 3, Season 4.2, the Lion rework is in progress. And there's going to be more details at the 6 Invitational, so you guys should check into that. I think it's tomorrow, February 15th. If you guys want to tune into that, they'll have more details and a lot of good teams playing, a lot of cool things you'll probably learn. Hopping into Glaz, we want to bring Glaz back to the original intention of being able to hold an angle or corridor and lock it down without becoming a very strong entry fragger. So people on PC have been using Glaz as an entry fragger because his fire rate is just pretty good and he's very, very good with that one-shot headshot. He's just got a scope that's super nice, and comboed with a bunch of people with smokes, like a Jackal or a Blitz. Everybody has smokes, and Glaz is just super good overall, especially on PC. Now, the last operator, and I think everybody's going to be excited about it, and hopefully soon we'll see these, but Blitz. We recognize that Blitz is one of the most frustrating operators to play against. Big facts, Ubisoft. I understand that. Rainbow Six, that it's stupid. Increasing the amount of time required for him to aim down sights with his pistol is one of the ways we hope to alleviate this. Additionally, we explored increasing the cooldown of his ability and tweaking how we detect flashes. But both of these changes will require extensive audio/code work and are therefore on the backlog to look in the future. So some of these changes that we're going to see in the future are so hard-coded into this game that they take time, and they take money, and they take people to work on them for a while. Some of these things just can't be instantly put into the game because this game is from 2015. The code is so old, and just if you change the code and something else happens, it's literally playing whack-a-mole in the game. You change something, you hit one whack-a-mole down, another one comes up. So it's like you change a bug and then you get a different bug. It's just things are gonna have to eventually change, but right now I think they're going in the right direction with these updates, and I'm very, very excited and happy to see that Siege is listening to us. And overall, I think this patch notes is pretty good. For right now, the Dokkaebi, that's super good. They got Dokkaebi. Ash is a little bit different now. Capitao is super good. And Legion is also down a little bit. And breach charges are pretty cool now. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like. And if this video helped you out and kept you up to date on what's happening in the R6 community, don't forget to leave a comment. Say what's your favorite change. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We're getting ever so close to 3,300. And I thank you all for viewing and liking the videos. I love you all. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Fuck, he's laying down. Right outside.
Right, left, glasses up. What? Nice, Maestro.
Nice.